This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
You know, you don't see a company that uses middle-aged men as mascots very often.
No.
But Cinnamon Toast Crunch, absolutely.
True. And Keebler, for that matter.
Keebler are elves. They're not middle-aged men.
Well, they're middle-aged elves at the very least. As a matter of fact, they're probably very old elves the grand scheme of things.
It's not the same.
How old they appear.
No, I'm not buying it. Not the same category.
Really? You don't lump the Keebler elves in with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cooks.
No, dog, I don't.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've seen the Keebler elves. I'm going to take a look at them real quick.
Go have a look, man.
All right, I will too.
They present as...
They do present as
elderly
older.
Men.
I do
Not
remember.
even middle-aged. I would think like grandfatherly, elderly.
In some cases.
No, I'm with Luke on this one. The Keebler elves are middle-aged men. There might be cartoon middle-aged men, and they might be a fantasy species, but...
Okay.
Let me look up too.
They're
middle-aged for elves, too, so like thousands of years.
Okay,
they meet a very pedantic definition of middle-aged men.
I'm not saying they don't present as that, but what I'm saying is because they're a fictional race so far that we know of.
Oh my god.
They don't count
until the goblinization from Shadowrun happens. Yes.
I don't know how many, Icelanders we have in our
which one are you guys looking at? Which I want to have the same visual.
It's the main one, the main guy with the white hair who looks
He's not middle-aged.
He's old.
He's got a full head of white hair. He's not 40 or 50.
He's fully aged is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look, here's the thing about him. You color his hair brown, he's fine. Maybe he's just born with white hair.
Well, here's the thing. It's sometimes people dye their hair, but at a certain stage, they realize that when they dye their hair, their face doesn't match the hair, and then they stop dyeing their hair, and he's gone to that stage, which means he's older.
Well,
Matt's here with the platinum blonde lore on the one of the Keebler elves here.
Now, look, I'm just saying, an old elf is not lame for a mascot.
Daenerys Targaryen and the one Keebler elf.
That elf has a weariness of spirit about him.
And there's nothing wrong with being old at all. I don't think there's anything. No.
His entire life is concocting cookies for children.
No, what I'm saying is, when you really get down to it, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is fucking ditched the old men anyway. Never mind.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a.
Their mascot is a fucking crazy ass.
It's just a Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's just a Cinnamon Toast Crunch with eyes.
That is like the lowest effort cereal mascot type. I feel sad whenever I see those. Like some of them are really it's hard to draw a direct line from the mascot to the product, but I still respect it. Chester Cheetah is at least orange.
Yeah.
The Honey Nut Cheerios bee. There's honey.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know that the old man has been on Cinnamon Toast Crunch for the entirety of my life. Because I used to get it pretty regularly as a kid. I've never seen this fucker before.
Really?
I just looked him up. Never. I think this might be a throwback to Matt's youth.
Okay, so he was definitely around in the 80s.
Yeah, maybe early
and
90s.
the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually on
cartoons.
The site, the General Mills site that's talking about the chronology of Chef Wendell is his name, the cereal's baker.
Wendell.
But there was three of them. There was three chefs.
There was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wendell was the main one.
I think they ditched the other two sooner than they lost.
Okay, here it is.
They got rid of Wendell.
1984 is when the cereal debuted. Wendell went to work at that time too, along with his two sidekick bakers, Bob and Quello. First appearing on the CTC box. CTC, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, CTC.
The cool way to say Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
1987 is when and you can see them singing in this commercial, indeed. Wendell was first called out by name on the box in 1990. And then we have the other two were taken off the CTC box in 1991 as Wendell took over top billing. Then we have here, while Wendell hasn't appeared on the front of the box since 2009 and was recently taken off the back of the box too, he's still at work on CTC behind the scenes as the cereal celebrates 30 years as a Big G brand.
So it was 2009.
What actually happened is Wendell killed Bob and Quello in a creative differences, and then eventually they were like, "It's gonna get out. We gotta get you off of these boxes soon.
Quello.
You can be involved. We just gotta keep you in the background." Well, Wendell probably, shanked a marketing guy when that all happened.
Okay,
it was okay, we'll do it.
Let's assume, Wendell was in his mid to late 40s in the 80s.
Yeah, sure. Reasonable assumption.
I don't know. I mean, I think he was probably meant to be older. So, how old would he be now?
Are we assuming that cereal mascots age like normal humans?
I think that's my whole point here. Is that I think that he's a normal human, and the elves might be old, but they're mythical creatures.
If they're aging like humans, then the Honey Nut Cheerios honeybee is not the same Honey Nut Cheerios honeybee from here.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, he would be something of a perennial mascot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when did it come out? 1984,
Sugar
87?
Bear, maybe. Chester Cheetah probably would be on the second or third generation of Chester by now.
I think talking animals get a pass as mythical creatures.
Okay, so they're mythical
But
creatures.
the cartoon chef doesn't.
No.
So when you said it was an old man, I was really expecting a photo of a man. But when I saw that he was no less cartoonified than the Keebler elves, I was immediately out. I was like, no,
basically
he's
Zummy Gummy in a fucking it looks like human Zummy Gummy. Yeah.
No, I'm not buying it.
he's only incrementally less elf than the Keebler elves. Fucking Christmas has a middle-aged man mascot and no one questions it.
Are you referring to Santa Claus?
Yeah.
He's not middle-aged. Wait a moment.
My partner earlier today was trying to remember the word mascot and instead came up with the phrase business familiar.
I'm in. I love
And
it.
it's one of the greatest things any human being has said to me. To refer to the Cheetos cheetah as a business familiar.
Oh, that's gold.
The honeybee. Business familiar.
Like a fucking blood ritual that marketing teams cast and summon cartoon mascots out of the void.
Well, it also explains why some of them are a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Look, as a business mascot, all I'm saying is Wendell's got to be pushing 82. 82.
I mean, if he ages like a normal human,
Well,
and
he's
not
been
like
on the box since 2009, so he might be much older now. Yeah, he's retired. Kind of.
Yeah, he's retired.
I reckon he's aging like Billy from the fucking Family Circus. He's just not
well, we're not even going to get into Captain Crunch.
born fully formed. Yeah, there you go, Captain Crunch. That's another middle-aged to elderly man.
I think you can get away with it when you're a I don't know.
When you're a pirate, but not a chef.
I don't know.
The cookie criminal.
Here's the thing about Captain Crunch. I don't think he was never a pirate. He was more of he's like an imperial
He was a
navy.
privateer.
Yeah.
He was a navy man.
Yeah. He's definitely has a letter of marque from cartoon Great Britain.
The rank insignia and all of it, yeah.
What we're narrowing,
To hunt Spanish and Dutch cartoon mascots.
we're really narrowing down to the fact that Matt just in particular hates Chef Wendell.
I did.
Yeah. We are, yeah. That's really where we have landed at this point.
I see him and I'm like, what a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, so I actually agree that Chef Wendell is kind of a shit mascot. He's not very interesting. No, like his actual design, I don't have that much of a problem with. Lots of mascots, lots of business familiars are actually pretty loathsome and creepy to look at, and Chef Wendell, he's not so bad. But there are a number of things that you need to go to, to school and train to be a chef in order to cook well. Cinnamon toast is not one of those things.
It's true.
It's such a stupid.
You don't go to culinary school to cook cinnamon toast.
No, you're right.
You don't even go to normal school to cook cinnamon toast.
No, exactly. In fact, like cinnamon toast, you don't even need to get through high school.
The hardest part of cinnamon toast is the ratio of sugar to cinnamon.
Yeah.
And you can still eat it if you fuck it up.
It's true. It's either dustier or sweeter than you expected. Like, that's probably the worst you're getting out of bad cinnamon toast.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I'm glad we're all on the same page. I think that maybe this was my long-winded way of saying I just don't like Chef Wendell.
No, I can get behind that. Chef Wendell is not a great business familiar. But,
you had a point up until Luke said Captain Crunch, and then it all fell apart.
And the Cookie Crisp Cookie Criminal. Come on.
Yeah, but
I have never fucking seen Chef Wendell before. I'm astonished. He must, like, if he was on the box at any point in the last literal 30 years, then he had to have been so small in the corner by that point.
The back of the box, actually.
He was on the back of the box for a long time.
Oh, if he was on the back of the box, yeah, I've never seen that.
The back of the box?
I'm starting to feel like, now that I'm sort of plumbing the depths of my business familiarity, is businesses that sort of really kicked off in the 80s, or at least sort of became a marketing juggernauts in the 80s, used middle-aged men a lot in marketing, really.
What?
Like,
okay,
half or more of the fucking cast of the MDCU are middle-aged men.
Like Mayor McCheese.
Like Mayor McCheese. Grimace has gotta be a middle-aged dude.
He's not a
Ronald
youthful
McDonald
fellow.
certainly is.
no. Grimace is well. No, I was picturing Grimace like 23.
He recently
because
celebrated his birthday.
Yeah.
It's tricky because the closest they get to human is clown.
Yeah,
Well,
Ronald
Which is
himself.
a couple degrees. It's no closer to human than the Keebler elves are.
I also
Or Donald if you're in Japan.
and like the Hamburglar is supposed to be human, but I think he
Yep.
might be a gnome.
He definitely is a different species from Ronald.
He's shorter.
He's shorter.
He is smaller.
And he has a giant plastic head.
And he speaks what might be undercommon.
Robble. Yes,
Robble.
indeed.
I also think he's dead.
You think the Hamburglar is dead?
I think he's canon and dead. I don't think they'll ever tell you.
He is canon dead. I don't think there's anyone canon dead in the McDonald's cinematic universe.
He perished
There
in a
was no
hail of
Thanos
police
snap
gunfire.
in that world.
Oh man, yeah.
He was in a high-speed chase and his burger mobile went through the guardrails and vanished in an orange fireball.
There was a
Dude,
burger
even
cop,
Mac
right?
Tonight reappears every once in a while. Nobody is dead in the cinematic universe of McDonald's.
Yes, there was a hamburger cop that was supposed to chase him, but the Hamburglar, that fucking the Big Mac guy.
I got a question though, because if there's a hamburger cop and there's a hamburger, does that mean he's a kidnapper?
Well, he eats them.
Okay, I can see why.
So he's a cannibal murderer.
There's an element of cannibalism to the MDCU. Like the statement that no one dies canonically in the MDCU is fair because it is a purgatory of sorts. It's sort of like, because like Mayor McCheese is a burger-headed person, and like a burger is a food, and everybody knows that. So it would be like going to some sort of terrible hell where the denizens are like eating each other, and everyone is some percentage food and some percentage person.
Yeah. Officer Mac.
Officer Mac, like Big Mac.
Yeah, he was the Big Mac was the police officer. The mayor was just a cheeseburger.
Just he might have been a quarter pounder.
He was Mayor McCheese.
He was Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese, yeah.
I don't know if
Are you asking who Merrick McCheese is?
No, I'm looking at him. I'm looking.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm envisioning.
Good.
I envisioned Cheeseburger because his name's McCheese, but that could just be an assumption that I'm making.
Look, he doesn't look like a quarter pounder. Is all I'm saying. He looks like a fucking cheeseburger.
Well, doesn't he have like some lettuce or something like that in him?
No.
Like that is not well, that's not something that appears in any McDonald's burger except shredded lettuce in the Big Mac.
Well, that's true. Even Officer Mac doesn't have lettuce, and he should.
Okay. He should.
Anyway, the Hamburglar's a no. He's got one.
Hamburglar's a no.
He had one tooth for a long time.
Didn't he have two? Wouldn't he just have only buck teeth or something like that?
Like there are definitely versions of him with a single central tooth.
Oh my.
Anyway, hey everybody, welcome back.
Hey everybody, welcome to Phantasmagoria.
I love that
Nearly
Matt
20
made
minutes
the executive decision to launch this episode with just like 15 minutes of serial mascot talk.
Look, it's a Friday. We don't usually record on a Friday. I'm feeling saucy, you know? I think it's good.
Saucy, like the secret Big Mac sauce.
Exactly.
It's Friday, like Fry Guys.
Oh my god.
You got it. Anyway, there's
And Zendaya as Birdie.
Zendaya's Birdie. Who did we cast as Ronald? Chris Pratt?
Probably.
I think
Willem Dafoe.
Well, Willem Dafoe is the Hamburglar for sure.
That would be a haunting performance. Rabble, rabble.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's fine. We got to put Timothée Chalamet in there somewhere.
He would be a really creepy Ronald McDonald.
I think maybe we should replace Chris Pratt with Timothée Chalamet.
I'm on board with that.
Chris Pratt's so close to being canceled anyway. We should just do Timothée Chalamet. I think it's
he's riding that rail right now.
He's riding the rail
cancellation.
of cancellation.
He's been riding that rail for a couple of years.
He's not through the guardrails yet, but like the side of his car is like striking sparks along it, you know?
Timothée Chalamet, all the way. All right, hey everybody, welcome back to Phantasmagoria. Hey, look, this is the last episode of Horror Month 2023, and we've just spent fucking 20 minutes
so long. We spent so long not doing anything. Like even our supporters have got to be like gripping the arms of their chairs in frustration. Like, fuck, you said you'd finish this.
Well, we did not say that we would finish it. My expectation is if we do finish it, we're doing long episodes, even if we hadn't gone on a 20-minute long serial mascot rant. So.
And people in the comments did say, you should be able to finish this.
Should is a very difficult,
so disappointed in us,
dangerous statement to make about the level 0 NPCs.
Yeah, I mean,
you're level 0 for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah,
success is not in our vocabulary.
All right. We'll do our best. Let's make it. Let's do our best to try to make this happen.
Let's play a video game. You want to go to town? Let's go to town.
Yeah, maybe we got this out of our system.
Maybe.
You never know.
Yeah. Let's revisit the various places of Nippo Umset.
I have. Yeah.
Store.
Oh. Locked.
Oh.
Closed.
General store
Locked.
is closed during normal business hours for the convenience of not forcing us to go in there again. Good.
Good.
But we have a hammer and a fireplace poker. How can any door be locked?
That's fair.
And 2 keys, even.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're gonna
Robert
go see
Tompkins Realty is open.
this creep.
No, it says
Oh,
it's
also
closed.
closed. Yeah.
The skull did tell us that somebody in town knows the whole story or something, right?
Yeah.
Somebody
true.
in town
we did
knows
that.
all.
Yeah.
That's true. Let's because we did that during the audio test.
Someone in town knows all. Seek him out.
Oh my!
Seek him out.
It's Ballhead. Go talk to Ballman.
It's this guy. Oh, can't.
Yeah, this guy knows.
Tom Ballman.
Tom Ballman. Just throwing his ball on the side of the antique
just
store.
Neo here.
I thought he was wearing like a toque, but that's just his hair. He's
That's
just got
just his-
Lego man hair.
It's just his hair. Oh, thank God this is open.
We can talk to the lady again. Luann of
Yeah.
Luann's Antiques.
Yeah. I remember her.
Missed opportunity for it to be Lou's Antiques.
Yeah.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue as well as I thought it might.
No.
You could also go to like Luann's Antiques, and it's like ANNE-teaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the way. That would be really the way to approach it. Hey, Luann.
She is ignoring us. Use hammer
Very
on
good
head.
Business acumen, is it?
Thanks. Just looking around. Okay, let me know if you need me. Okay.
Hey, Luann, quick question. If your husband was theoretically going to kill you because they were taken over by a demon, what would you do? Do you have anything for that?
Do you ever deal in haunted furniture?
Oh, no, thanks.
Yeah, she does deal a lot in antiques, so she might know like a good like de-haunter of furniture. That
Yeah.
might be something she has.
I guess
She can
like what we
recommend
could do
someone.
is like we could find a piece of furniture that's haunted with a ghost of a good husband, and then bring that home and have that possess
Yeah.
our guy.
They'll just like cancel each other out, and he'll just be just a neutral husband.
Just be a regular asshole.
Oh, yes, Adrienne, how can I help you?
I understand you're interested in old cameos.
Yes, I am.
Well, I found this old cameo brooch in my house in an old trunk. I thought maybe you might be interested in it.
Let me see.
I was wondering if maybe you would be interested in trading it for that crucifix over there.
Well, sure.
Well, sure.
There you go.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, and thank you.
She just eats it.
She just throws it in the garbage.
An antique crucifix.
An antique crucifix.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus! They even modeled Jesus.
They even modeled Jesus.
Huh.
I mean, that's a pretty impressive model, especially for the era.
That's a lot of pixels to dedicate to a Jesus. I wonder if there's been more pixels of Jesus in any one of these games.
This must be an important item.
Yeah, I mean, all things. Well, okay. I was about to say, all things considered, a lot of the stuff is modeled very, lovingly.
What was that again that we
and
have?
I-
What is that?
Precisely. This is the fire poker.
Are you? Oh, what did we do to
is?
it?
Yes.
Did we boil it? What happened?
A fireplace poker.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, so somebody just really, really wanted to get the crucifix right, apparently. I rescind my previous statement. Is there anything else to interact with in here? Do a little... Oh. I guess I could have... Oh, no, there's a magazine. I'm gonna
I
check
guess
out
that
the
answers
magazine,
the skull's riddle. We found our guy who knows all. It's Jesus.
guys. That'd be a weird moral to this story.
That would.
It's a hard Christian turn.
Oh, yeah. I think we've already watched as he saws a woman in two. Experience the electro chair. All this and more. All additional donations would be greatly appreciated. Don't go to charity. Just go to us.
I don't know if I would
Toddler
go
discovered drowned in pond. Sorry?
I don't know if I would answer an invitation inviting me to experience the electro chair.
Yeah, same.
Though we did see Wonder Woman in the D box. That was basically an electro chair.
That was basically the same thing, yeah.
It was
And
one of the bottom 10 cinematic experiences.
We didn't even get invited to do that. We chose that.
We did that on purpose.
If you've never seen a movie in the D box at your local theater, first of all, fucking D box.
Let me tell you, if you like movies, don't get a D box.
Don't get a D box experience.
Depending on what country you live in, that might not even be a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
What does that stand for? Does that stand for something?
I think the D might be dimension, maybe, but I think it's just D.
It's like a fourth dimension. I think 4D.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, it's a seat that you it's like a carnival ride, a really old shitty carnival ride, and you sit in the seat, and the seat moves to things that happen on the screen, and you can turn up how much movement you want and how much but no matter how far you turn it down, it still is gross and it feels bad, and it just detracts from the whole movie experience.
The second you hit the chair, you immediately know that you're sitting on a mechanism that weighs many times more than you do.
Yeah, because it doesn't know how big you are, and the engineers didn't either, so they had to account for that.
So as soon as you sit down, it's like, oh, I am sitting on some sort of trap.
Yeah.
Which it kind of is. It's just, not necessarily used for complete evil.
It's an entertainment trap.
Yeah. Trap,
it's not good. It's not. They tried so desperately to make it work, and just to make it there's one scene in Wonder Woman where they're riding horses in a helicopter or a drone shot, and for some reason, instead of moving the chair like you're the drone, it moves it like you're on a horse.
Anytime there's a horse anywhere on screen, the seat just starts to audibly go under you and mimic a horizontal gallop, so you can feel like you're on one of the horses that is on the horizon away from you. I knew we were in for a bad time at the very start, where little Diana is running. She's just running along, and the seat just goes with her running. So you can feel like you are the child having an out-of-body running experience.
It's so horrible. It's so bad.
It's one of those bad ideas where every part of it is bad. Every part of the experience is bad.
I didn't feel put in the action even once. I felt put out of the action the entire time.
It sounds a little bit to me like implementation that could be better if they just mimicked the way your body would react to certain camera moves. Like if they do a snap cut or something like that, they just shake your chair or do a little bit of directional drag when they do rotations on the camera moves and stuff like that.
It's so
they
distracting.
also do that.
Yeah.
But the seat moves kind of the opposite of how it should move.
Right.
It moves with the movement when really it should move against it to give you the feeling of inertia.
Yeah. That's just whoever does the programming doesn't understand what there's. I can't imagine. Well, I can imagine it. Sadly, that it's not just done by AI, but
we only went to the one, so maybe other ones are done better. But yeah,
Wonder Woman was a big Hollywood blockbuster movie, and if that's the best that they could come up with, I don't know
I mean, fucking audio balance hasn't been good in a film since like sometime in the mid 90s. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I think people have given up on their craft in the film industry in a lot of places.
And sort of in general, in life, in the world.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway.
On that cheery note, shall we get to playing the game?
Yeah, don't D-box.
Or do. I mean, we had a lot of fun. We laughed ourselves sick about it.
That's true. We're still telling stories about it. But we never did it again.
Yes? What do you want? Well?
Here.
Here, I wanted to give Malcolm this old photo. I found it at the Carnovasch estate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a photo of Malcolm and Carno. See what's written on the back? See Malcolm as a young boy. Please, you've got to let me in to see Malcolm. It's important.
I have a fucking hammer.
Let me into your 3 little pigs' house.
Just a minute. Malcolm will see you now.
What do you want?
Oh, take the photo and start the interaction over.
She is here, Malcolm.
Oh, no.
Set.
I'm climbing down the chimney or something? Like... Oh, here we go.
I remember posing this picture. I was just a young nipper of 10.
And
Carno
You fell
was
asleep.
my hero. Then,
Your hero?
yeah, I know what you saw in this picture.
Saw?
Yeah. The evil.
People?
It's back.
And my husband?
It might be too late for him.
What?
Yeah, lady. Sit down.
This guy's like one of Matt's NPCs that dies mid-sentence in one of his games.
And Julia, you said there's nothing wrong with getting old. Come on.
No, I meant to say this earlier. There is something wrong with getting old. Age is a moral failing.
Respected by his colleagues, loved by his wife, admired by his audiences. But all that changed when he got the book. He gained immense powers through contact with the black forces. Through the book, he unleashed a demon, an entity so evil it had no name, no worldly description. This thing came to possess Carno, audience saw. Carno became like it. He became very powerful, and his fame and his wealth increased. But he was cursed. He had loved his wife Hortensia and their baby daughter. But all that changed. He became abusive. I don't have proof, but I believe he killed them both. I believe he killed all his wives.
No shit.
Malcolm, what happened the night Carno and Marie died?
Carno's final days came when Marie took up with his prop man, Gaston Warwick. Obviously, Marie suspected Carno of committing terrible deeds, with herself as his next victim. Together, Marie and Gaston hatched a plan.
An egg.
He had a new act, an amazing feat of escape. But Marie rigged the machine. Carno couldn't escape. They figured it would kill him. It almost did.
They used composited head fire and wrist ketchup.
But then, one night, he awoke, swearing revenge. I saw Carno drag an unconscious Gaston into his theater.
He doesn't look
There, from
unconscious.
Within the secret passages, I watched as Carno tortured and mutilated the poor man.
That kid is Malcolm?
Him.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was this, 300 years ago?
It was.
Then it was Marie's turn. Totally crazed, nothing but pure revenge on his mind, Carno started up that god-awful machine, that awful contraption, and before my very eyes, I saw Marie die. I'll never forget the look of shocked surprise on Carno's face. Poor Gaston was dying. This was his final heroic act.
Hail to the king, baby.
To my horror, I then saw a demon. That's all I know to call it. Leave his body and disappear through the theater floor. I knew where it was going. Carno knew it too. My only thought was running away, but I hesitated when I saw Carno going to the same place the demon had gone.
I don't think that was a demon. I think that was Space Jam talent.
Back to the hidden passages, just in time to see Carno carrying the chest which held that evil book. Then, just before reaching the chapel, he stumbled and fell for the last time. I saw him cross himself in the Catholic way before dying. I think he was trying to make his peace with God. I picked up the chest containing that horrid book, and I assumed the demon itself, and carried it into the chapel. I really don't know what I thought I was doing, but somehow I felt as if I were containing this cursed evil. I had hoped forever. After leaving the chapel, I then dragged Carno's body back to his secret chamber, where he now lies.
But wait, Carno's not in his tomb?
No, that is Gaston Warwick. He was so mutilated that they all thought he was Carno. I said nothing. I let them think what they wanted.
And what about the demon?
The demon? Oh, that's why I agreed to talk with you. Somehow, must have been released.
I assume it went back to demon heaven.
Oh my God. Dawn.
No fucking shit.
What can we do?
The only answer is the accursed book. With it, you've got to send that thing back to where it came from.
Demon heaven.
Back to the other
Cleveland.
side. You have seen the book.
Yes.
I thought so. All right, young woman. You're the only one who can do this. Your husband's soul is ensnared. I'm not sure what I can do or what can be done for him.
He's fucked.
If you can somehow get close to the demon.
Butter
here's
him
what
up
you
a
can
bit.
do. You'll need the book, a holy item, the stone of Hammurabi,
Oh, okay.
the blood of a sentient being.
And the tuning fork.
Take the book.
Fuck this. I'm not listening. You know,
Get close to the demon. Give it something it likes. Let it murder you, maybe.
you know, game. As someone who's controlling Adrienne, might have been nice to know the plan.
I assume that they just don't, like, in an act of kindness in a Sierra game, they're not going to make us act out the entire plan and mostly just go on a hunt for the fucking Stone of Hammurabi, wherever the hell that might be.
Museum, I'm
I
assuming.
mean, if I was looking for the Stone of Hammurabi, there's two places in this town I would look. Three. One, antique shop maybe. Two, some kind of museum. Three, home of Carno the magician.
Ask the phone guy.
Okay, Adrienne, you're all set.
Great.
Phone's in and it works just fine. Why don't you go ahead and test it?
Okay.
911. I'd like.
Hello, my husband's trying to murder me.
Mike, I want to apologize for Don again. Just hasn't been himself lately. I mean, normally he's a very nice guy. Really.
Yeah, don't
He's
even
all
worry
full of
about it. It's no
demons.
big deal.
Before you go, Mike, have you seen the Stone of
You call me if
Hammurabi?
you have any trouble, okay?
Just in his tool belt.
I sure will, thanks.
Adrienne, we can make a life with Mike.
Look at his almost toned arms.
Hey, they're pretty good. No!
Oh, Jesus. Full Joker laugh.
I love the clown music.
Also, it's night now.
Doop, 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 doop. All right, that's enough of this episode. I mean, like of our show.
Yeah, no, I got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've hit a pretty appropriate stopping point. Chapter 7, the final chapter.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, everybody. Join us next time for that.
We're going to blaze through the whole last chapter in one go.
Doop, dee, doop. Doop.
We're going to chug it like a cold glass of water. Just eyes watering, Down it goes.
We're going to ignore all of your questions for Gory, all of your comments, and we're going to finish this game, and then we're going to pretend like they never happened. I don't see us doing that.
Stay tuned for that, everybody.
I don't see us doing that. But hey, you never know. Hey, yeah, stay tuned, everybody. Keep that dial on level 0 NPCs.
We'll be back in just a minute to send that demon right back to demon heaven where it belongs.
Maybe we'll hear that
This is
clown
the kind
music
of
again.
unpredictability that brings all of the boys to the yard.
Oh yeah.
Bye.
Stick and stay, everybody.